everyone. Before we start the discussion today, I would like to introduce the members of Pogowa Group. Allow me to present Chuka, Chok, Napul, Lukna, Meti, and me, Upap. Today we are going to discuss about serious education problems in the present between Thailand and South Korea. Who would like to start first?
I would like to start first. Personally, I think Thailand has students that will be stressed about study because of the pressure to get promoted and take university entrance examination. In addition to the many hours in the classroom, still have to go to take extra class after school. Similarly, Korean students have to go too.
That goes along with what I found. From my information, study hours in two countries are very close. But when I researched more, I found that another big problem is the main difference between Thai students and South Korean students is that South Korean students are more efficient than Thais. As you can see in this three topics that show OECD PISA mean result in 2018. Thailand's score is lower than Korea's in every aspect.
From what Suga says, the OECD view the academic as for the promotion of activities and support in the education curriculum. I think it's a problem too. Korea will support that it can actually be applied in daily life, but in Thailand it is different from Korea because it focuses on subjects that cannot be used in practice or that cannot be further developed. This some example club in Korea is cooking club, finance economy research club, Kindle club. Here are some more examples.
Personally, I think the main similarity between Thailand and South Korea students is that the boss have a bad attitude and doesn't want to give more significance to the vocational course than the academic course, causing obvious inequality. I'm afraid I don't quite agree there. Although South Korea has been said encourage academic activity will be able to be used in practice. In the other hand, vocational course related to profession is still overlooked and was raised as an inferior occupation.
As far as I'm concerned, the problems that you discuss are so depressing. That's just my feeling. So what is your opinion now? Do you have any other problems to offer?
Absolutely. I think another problem with studying is the tuition fees for the minimum wage index of Thailand and South Korea. With minimum wage of Thailand is less, tuition fees are therefore a problem for admission to the university and colleges. If you look at this slide, you can see the calculation of the main difference between Thai people and South Koreans is that Thai people have to save money tuition fees about 7 months, whereas South Koreans have to save money about 4 months. This calculation is based on average university tuition fees.
Exactly, and I think that is another problem that's clearly occurring due to COVID-19 situation right now is the problem of online learning. Nobody can deny that, causing students to lack the motivation to study. I think it's a very important problem nowadays. Okay, great everyone. We have this quite a few problems. Let's take a look at the effects. Shall we? From state problem that everyone knows. In this slide and next, we show you Thailand and South Korean students are similar that they both hurt themselves and have a high suicide rate. Actually, I have seen the latest suicide statistic news from here.
Problem of student performance, obviously, due to the difference in education course in Thailand and Korea in terms of sports and academic activities. Results in assessment such as exam, exercise of Thai learner are lower than Korean learner.
Okay, from problem about people who study vocational courses are overlooked. The obvious effect is that people believe that to be successful or attain a high-level job position, you must study in academic course only. From Nichanun article, only 30% of students in Korea are interested in vocational study. Same as Thailand, children almost do not want not to continue their education in vocational course anymore.
To start with, I had like to point out the effect from online learning. Nobody will deny the main problem in online learning. One-way communication teaching, there is no chance of perception error. What I mean is there no interaction between student and teacher. The students are worried about learning, feel bored and tired, having to study in front of a computer for a long time, causing other results, consequences, greater lack of preparation for study and motivation to learning.
My point of view is that also minimum wage quietly affect to studying. The main problem is minimum wage inconsistent with tuition free. South Korea, unlike Thailand, offer tuition free. For this reason, many Thai students must drop out of academic course every year. In contrast, South Korea students are suffering for the tuition free. Therefore, it does not have much impact. Second, I would like to point out many Thai students lack equipment for the distance learning and will not be able to specialize in the area of internet. The reason for it is they can't afford to necessary equipment. As a result, they don't inability to access learning to its full potential.
As well, we have already discussed the effects. Another way, let's go on discuss the causes of the problem, but all the consequences. What could be the causes?
Yes, if you ask me, the reason why students fail to study Thai education and South Korea education are similar in that they both have many students worry about compete with other students for the university in Thai examination. High expectation from parents. They all want to see their children reach their full potential and want their children stand out for other students. The COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted normal activities such as going to school. They must study from online learning at home. This lesson makes the students so stand out.
As I said at the beginning about the students' performance, I thought that the reasons for this came from the teacher. In South Korea, teachers were selected from the students that have high score in top 5%, and they all have high social status and high pay, unlike teachers in Thailand. According to 2006 PISA survey, only 5% students said they want to be a teacher, and that group of students also had a low score. So it wouldn't be wrong to say that Thai teacher and South Korean teacher are different in that they may not have the same efficiency in teaching. And from this information, I think we have many reasons for this situation.
Everyone knows historically vocational ideals have been depicted and having violence with student aggression, a disagreement that lead to society rejection review story, the bad aspect of society is a career correction that's been brought up repeatedly.
From the causes that we discussed, we have seen what caused the problem. I think it's time to discuss about the solution to solve it. Everyone can try to suggest a way. What do you think about them? Sure.
In the stress of studying, it's a difficult thing to fix. Can't fix 100%. We should solve problem from us. First, change your perspective of thinking by thinking positively. There are also other options for yourself to relieve stress, such as watching movie, listening to music, play game, hobby, etc. However, teachers and their families should change their own thinking by adjusting the teaching style and increase empathy for children.
In my opinion, the problem of teacher personnel should realizing the importance of potential development of teachers, such as organizing seminars to exchange ideas, improving communication skills, and gaining expert knowledge. Teachers should get aware research salary increase from the Thai government to encourage this career to become more popular.
In addition to efficiency of teacher, the point I'm trying to make to increase efficiency studying of students by adjusting the curriculum from course that have a lot of content in them. Provide the content that students can have the opportunity to use them, not just studying for examination, so the student can learn with goal and learn as it be. Well, I say beside the efficiency of teacher and student, in my view, vocational ideal is not easily resolved from the negative image effect of the society. But what we can do start adjusting your attitude. In good society, should the presentation of more insight into positive aspect of for the vocational field.
Due to the problem of tuition free, that don't correspond to the minimum wage. I believe that the educational institution and the government should increase scholarship to help underprivileged students in education to have alternative opportunity, to access more education, and to lighten their parents' burden.
Okay, everyone, I think out of the solutions that everyone has successes can be applied in daily life. Although some problems may not solve immediately because of the situation right now is quite stressful, it may be take time for sure. But I hope there will be a better way in the future definitely. So many thanks to all my friends for today's discussion. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kamsahamnida, everyone.